Hello and welcome to this video that I've made, especially to share with you this Kriya, which is a powerful sequence of movements that I feel relevant to our season that we're in of winter. And as we're going through this time of seasonal change, which is what this Kriya is about, seasonal affective disorder, and I was sharing with friends, as I was inviting friends, about the courage that we have inside of us. So this is a Kriya that I feel expands our capacity to be in courage, and simultaneously we want to be rooted in the heart. As the shamanic work that I feel that I do, it develops. It appears to me as I walk through and flow through the beauties of this Kriya that I notice the way that aspects of my consciousness, my subconscious, my psyche come to the surface to be embraced. And sometimes through yoga we want to push these aside, or anything in life, because yoga is one of the many mirrors that we can use, and it gives us a space to really reflect, so we can use that mirror as well. And sometimes in life we want to push through things, and with postures, and particularly with something as momentum moving as Kundalini yoga, there's a sense of, I want to just push through this and then I'll be fine. And I value that cathartic experience because I love that, and that's why I trained in this modality. But as I'm growing with it and evolving with it, I realize that there's a real significance in holding space for the reflection during, after, between, to become more and more molded and unified with the aspects of our consciousness that want to be held. And I don't feel in my journey so far that they are to be gotten rid of, but that they are to be held and embraced, and drinking them in like a poison of toxins of your own emotional difficulties that actually empower you to rise. So the shadow work, which is a great phrase that is used a lot and keeps beckoning me, and is this, what I know, this realm of being able to really investigate, become one with, merge, sit in a relationship with this part of us, because when we push it away, it will manifest in our lives in another way, and when we're not so conscious, or it will manifest on the globe, in our collective consciousness that we share. So it's actually really important in this time where we're going through so much change and we're experiencing quite a crisis globally. Shadow understanding and perceiving of our own subconscious depths, which we have so much more time for, many of us now, or at least we're triggered about it. This is probably one of the most significant times of our current age, because this is why we need awareness and consciousness, so that we can start to ease some of the ripples of emotional instability that we can see on the outside, because it's what is already present on the inside when we can see it on the outside. So with that being said, this is the momentum with which I flow into yoga, and not every day and not all the time is that my intention, because not always in that space of openness, but the idea is to open the body more and more to the unswirling and the vortex of ourselves, so that we can be receiving the sunlight like a flower and receiving our life force energy, which moves up through our body. It's a Kundalini, it's known as a life force, or serpent, twin serpents that we have on the healthcare symbol. The masculine, feminine energies. It's very yogic and esoteric understanding, far outdating our modern medicine system, and we really should underpin it because it's a well proven, long lasting understanding of the physical human being, and how we merge physical and soul and spirit. So these are ancient modalities, and that we can start to reclaim them in our modern day lives, so that we can bridge the gap between our distance from the ancient world and the natural world, because the ancient world had a good connection with the natural world on a large sort of level, whereas now it's more on smaller levels and smaller groups, and we can empower ourselves with our understanding of our connection with all of nature, and with the cosmos and the stars. So that brings me to just sharing a little bit about the astrology at the moment, which will be less relevant when this video is outdated, but we're in an eclipse season, and as an astrologer, as a studying astrologer, I can see that as it's on the nodal axis of the moon. So it's a time when we have a full moon eclipse and a new moon eclipse, and it will be highlighting these two spheres of the chart, which are Gemini North Node and Sagittarius South Node. So with this accentuation, we're really, for the next couple of years, because this will continue, we're looking at the past of our faith, the past of our doctrine, the past of our, this is Sagittarius, our mutable connection, our understanding of doctrinal priesthood, priestesshood, which would be Jupiter, who rules Sagittarius. Now Jupiter has just gone through a huge kind of undoing in Capricorn, where it's does not like to be in Capricorn, so it's deflating its huge gaseous size, which really means that for Sagittarius, and with the South Node there, it's very much leaving everything behind. The South Node is what we've learned and what we're now to let go of. It's sort of the tail of the end of the serpent. And we're letting go, we're called to let go of all of the systems of patriarchal dominance, really, because of Capricorn's huge energy we're going through this year during the pandemic. Really letting go of a lot of faith in high leaders, high doctrine type, I know the truth type stuff. A lot of letting that go, especially with Neptune being quite malefic in Pisces. We can easily be distracted by, oh, this is the truth, or this is the true theory, especially when we're concerned about our health, or concerned about our faith, or whatever it is. But these Gemini North Node is really showing us that this is often can be a deception when we give our faith away, and it comes down to your own reason and your own authenticity over your faith in something, because it's empty. The faith, this is what the stars are showing us, that it's empty. Jupiter is being emptied, and it's quite controversial to say that, but it's being emptied, and there's a delusion of trying to just get the most out of the faith, but really it's coming down to our own ability to navigate this very highly mutable is the quality of Gemini and Sagittarius elements. These fire and air is Gemini, fire is Sagittarius. These elements are both mutable and changeable, which means that our past and future are going through huge changes as we're letting old go and going into a fluctuating future. And Gemini is a tricky zodiac because it contains the duality of the stars, some highly potent stars which are some very malefic energy, and with Mercury, who rules Gemini. Mercury is a trickster. He's Hermes, the mythology of Hermes. He will travel around, thieving around fast and then hide. good communicator, but also you got to keep him in check. So with Mercury on the North Node, with Mercury ruling where our North Node is, where these eclipses are occurring, there's a sense of really letting go of what was, that we've tried to build something on that really we held so fast to, which is hard. But knowing also that we're not going towards something else that's the same, that is going to be the new truth. We're actually going towards an investigative time, which isn't so much about finding the truth, but it's just about looking at truth and, well, looking at perhaps more at the reality that it's multiple, it's mutable, it's a huge plane. And we have to, that's the mystery, that the mystery is that there isn't an answer to be given right now. So that's my current understanding, and I wanted to transmit that through this experience together. So we have the Sun in Sagittarius now, we have Mercury there, so we're experiencing our own fire, our own capacity to hold the bow and to fire the arrow, because Sagittarius is the bow bearer on horseback. And to hold what is the truth of Sagittarius, because the truth may be that as the centaur is holding the bow, he actually is the Chiron, the centaur being, which is half human, half beast, which is primal, and which is calling us back to our true human, primal, wild nature. Because the truth of that we can sort of trade into in terms of lots of different religions and or believing political leaders and so on, is that as a collective we have gone astray from the ancient way of honouring the goddess Earth and man as well, but the goddess consciousness in all of us has been out of balance. The feminine consciousness in all of us has been out of balance, and the masculine and feminine in all of us are looking to reunite. So essentially it's digging down to what have we lost in the Sagittarian, primal, adventurous, wild, courageous spirit that we've sometimes given away to systems so that we can be citizens of them or members of them. But how have we given away our adventurous, curious, now that's Gemini, curious self, to go and look at it ourselves and to travel a seas or travel afar and see what is that for me personally. And hundreds of years ago we might have been killed or murdered for having such outright individual authentic opinions. So there's a fear for us to gradually, because it's a few years of this and then there'll be a next series of something to help us. So these are all helping us if we will, they're here to help us because our soul chose this. So it's beautiful. We're not a victim, we're here to be empowered and to empower others. So use whatever energy practices you have to alchemize and contain and hold. See, now I feel a fear in my tummy, particularly when I talked about fear. So this is a fire we can create in ourselves to alchemize and burn, to truly crystallize new forms and structures of a consciousness which is ancient and going to hold us into the future. So really connecting to our roots, our deep roots, uncovering the hidden layers of our roots, whether it's our ancestry, our collective roots, but holding that. So if you could bring your hands, perhaps warm them up if you need to, a little cold. If you bring your hands just down to a relaxed space, I'm just going to take us through a series of breathing before we start. So breathing out all your air and oxygen. And now breathing in, and as you breathe in, expand your belly. So you're expanding your belly out, so the air is really expanding, and this is where we're getting in the oxygen into all of our lungs and body. You're expanding the air out. And as we exhale, the tummy goes in, and our lungs are filled, of course. And we kind of arch back into our body. We spiral back in and we spiral out as we breathe in. And then spiral out, back in, as we come back in, spiraling back in. And as you breathe in, you can even do a deeper breath if you feel that's natural, but allow your breath to be natural. Don't force deep breathing. And now focus on the base of your spine. So if it's hard for you to sit like this, you can use a cushion behind you or a chair. So focus on the base of your spine. Close your eyes and just with your conscious awareness, see the base of your spine. The roots, the hips, the buttock cheeks, the core base, the tailbone. Feel there and feel the connection that you have with the Mother Earth, with the land, with the root system, with the deep yin, cool, dark essence of the embrace below you. And breathe this in. As you breathe in, just focus on your root system merging with the root system of the earth. It's an imagery which is relaxing and helps us to receive of her wisdom. Breathing this in, nourishing the body with the oxygen. This essential element which helps us to feel secure is really not to be overlooked. Breathing it in. And as you breathe in, allow yourself now in your next in-breath, maybe exhale if you need to, and as you're imagining this current of energy, see this moving up through the back of your spine. So through the back of your spine, it's like a current, a connection that you've plumb lined into the earth. And it's rising up through your body, through your spine, through your shoulders, through your neck, and to the top of your head, to your crown. And now as you exhale, allow this feeling to come down your front body, your heart, your throat, your heart, your tummy, your navel, your womb or sacral space, and your root again, and then just enveloping your legs in this elixir. You could see a colour to this elixir. Sometimes I see gold, sometimes it's like just a dark voidal colour, so you can breathe and experiment and see what you see. Nourishing yourself with the compost of the earth, allowing yourself to become compost as well. To become composted, to allow your feelings and your emotions that you experience to become transformed naturally with the aid of the earth. And now just connecting into your body, as your eyes are closed and you're descending in, allow yourself to feel anything which might feel, do you have any tension anywhere in your body that's a signaling light? Just bring your conscious awareness to this part of you. Just spend time with this part of you. Create loving intention. Maybe I have a feeling in my right hip and thigh, so I just consciously connect to that area, to the atoms of my thigh and my bum and my leg, and I breathe in and I hold loving embrace, and I exhale and I just dwell in love with that part of me. Maybe moving somewhere else as soon as you feel the tingling or the pain or the conscious or the emotion, moving there into that space. Breathing in, delicately holding. Nourishing with the breath. The oxygen brings so much life force to us and the consciousness. When we're seen, we feel loved, we feel embraced and free, becoming a little more into consciousness with all that we are, so that we can be conscious and present and fully available to ourselves. And when we do that, we naturally become available to others. One last out breath. Just dwelling here for a moment and letting go. Feeling the hold. And then just take this time to set, if there is any intention that you have that you would lovingly like to set for yourself. Is there an emotion that you're feeling coming up now that you want to bring to the center? Like you're putting it in a furnace to be burnt. I have a candle here burning. Imagine you have a furnace like this fireplace behind me. And you can throw this in with all of your love and care. It's not to throw it out, but it's to really actually throw yourself in the fire. And what is the intention you have to burn through? I feel one really strongly. Almost too much that I can't sit with it. So it's like, that's okay. And that's why we have movement. To move through this. We don't have to control our emotions. We can actually let them out, which is the problem. If we can let out our emotions like responsibly and appropriately in good containers, then we can actually process rather than have outbursts which cause pain and more karmic consequences. Then we kind of need to stop doing that. So when you're ready, bring your hands together. Warming them up and bringing them to your chest. And we, in the Kundalini yoga tradition, sing a mantra which is called Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And that means that you're engaging with the greater consciousness of who you are. The collective union of your God essence, God essence. So we do this to connect, and you can not use the words and just be humming. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter, because it's a medium for you to express your beautiful voice, however it sounds. The mantras are not harmonies. They are harmonic, but they're not meant to sound like good if you don't want them to. So feel this in your body, and I will lead us in this chant. Breathe in deeply. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And sitting in that space, that energy, and opening your palms. Okay, so to begin with, a few little warm-ups. So when you're doing this, you can put on some music. We're going to start swirling. So we're going to bring our hips forwards, our chest, our waist, and then we're going to exhale as we come back. And you can do some really deep breathing here. So as you come back and you're swirling around the hips, and as you come forward you're breathing in, and as you come back you're going behind. So breathing into the front and exhaling to the back, into the front and exhaling to the back, and then you're allowing yourself to turn on this axis, which is this, if you can keep going in your own pace, which is this axis of unfurling, like a spiral, and then your energy can flow through. And so you can go a little faster, and your breath can be deep, and you can develop an ocean breathing through when you're slightly tightening the neck. And go at a pace which flows for you, because you have to let your own body govern you and to follow your own intuition. So I'm giving you an outline and then you play with it. And you can set some music if you like. So just swirling. Connecting in with your body. What is your body saying to you? What are your hips communicating? Where can you send a luscious kiss through your hips, through your spine? We're kissing the lips. The lips? We're kissing the hips with our body and our energy. And then just come and change direction slowly. Changing direction. And then as you breathe out, come to the back. And breathe into the front. And just really being conscious of any emotion that you're feeling or tension in your body. And you can even start to just caress, this is really my right leg, like I mentioned, caress the part of your body that's feeling the tension, and witnessing that and understanding that and empathetically developing that connection, and we're not here to change it. It's a lifelong journey, every day of relationship. So just, I'm getting to know you. You know, wow, you feel a bit tense. Okay. And knowing that as you're spiraling, you can start to go a bit faster if you like. If you're spiraling, you're developing an energy of flow through your body. Now, you might even get the black back clicks, and it's perfectly safe because we're just dislodging pockets of air. And at this point, we're allowing this movement to bring a flow of our energy from our lower chakras to the above. So look, now you can swell your hips, your shoulders, and we're enjoying this fiery serpentine movement, which connects us to our primal being, our spiritual being. It helps to move the organs a little around. So when we go in the anti-clockwise, we're actually helping with the digestion in the stomach. So it's good for the tummy, because this is a hot point for our health and immunity. This is kind of what the whole year is about, immunity. And then when you've had enough, just breathe in. And just now see if you can tighten your muller band, which is your buttocks, your pelvic floor and your tummy. And so you pull the buttocks, squeeze, muller band squeeze, tummy squeeze. It's as if you're like squeezing it all like a towel, trying to get the water out. And we're just squeezing. So we're like saying hello to our root, our creativity and our power. And we're just allowing a movement to flow from these very heavy, can be heavy places, just allowing some flow up through the body. And then just exhale. So you should be feeling a little warmer. And our next little warm up will be, we've done some shoulder, well maybe we'll just do a little bit of shoulder. So we were getting into the shoulders, but just a brief moment to just awaken the shoulders a little more. And then roll them up to the ears and then forwards in circles, back, up to the ears and forwards in circles and back. And feel how your neck is all squidged, and this is calling blood, sending blood into a shoulder neck tightening that we can easily experience. Great. And then just enjoy the last few moments of that, maybe going in the opposite direction. Just connecting to all of your chest, opening your heart, sticking out your chest. Maybe just exhaling any residual gas, oxygen from your lungs. And then we're just going to come into our final warming up time of coming into a bridge, a cat-cow, and coming and putting your knees below your hips, feet back and your hands below your shoulders, and the back is straight. And as you look out, you're nice and straight. And as you come up to the ceiling, your back arches and your tummy muscles push downwards. Don't push from your back, don't push with your tummy, but just let it be natural. Try not to force. If you feel yourself forcing, then just apply a little compassion and closing your eyes, connect to, there is a wisdom in the body, so when you close and connect, you can start to feel how your body wants to move. So then you can go into the cat, so looking down and arching your back, and your chin is on your chest, and you feel your tummy engaging up with your lower back, and you feel your shoulders stretching. And as you inhale, you come looking up to the sky as if it was above you, the twinkling stars, and then exhaling down. Deep inhaling up, really looking up as far as you can and sticking your bum cheek out, allowing this spine to really stretch. And you can even bring in a little bit of a twist from side to side. I mean, that just feels really good in the hips. So you can start to do a swirling, like a figure of 8, around in the hips. And I do this quite a lot because it feels so good. And it's like I'm wagging a tail, and feel a serpentine sort of energy flowing up through my spine, which is just great because that's a sense of, even if it's just an image, a sense of our energy moving up from our lower chakras and nourishing the rest of our body, and also releasing any trauma we have in the lower chakras, which is quite a common place to store them. Moving your neck, allowing your neck to get a good free reign. That we're here to be in freedom. We're not here to do a yoga practice in some kind of structured box, but we're here to enjoy some of that structure and to enjoy the wild spirit as well. So we're here to do both, fluidly and mutably moving between both, really allowing it stretch, maybe stretch forwards into a cobra if you like, and then coming onto your feet, hanging down, so you're touching the floor, so bending your knees if you need to, and your forehead on your knees, bowing a third eye to our knees,
enactment of who we are on the earth, through our knees, rooting and connecting to the earth. Feeling the beautiful stretch on the back of the legs. Oh my gosh, so good. And then as you inhale, be a little bouncy on the knees as you come up. And then I'm not going to move the screen because we're only going to be here for a moment. Breathing in up to the ceiling. Nice stretch up to the stars, the cosmos, the whole planet. Breathing in and breathing out, and then just coming down when you're ready. Give yourself a massage anywhere that's feeling a little tight. A little tight on my hips still, so I'm just being with myself, being with each moment and saying it's okay. I love you. It's okay. We're doing this together. And so, to begin our Kriya, which is a Kundalini term for a sequence of postures. So, we have a timer that I use, and I'm going to stick around about to it. The first part is we're on our toes. So, I'm going to do a half time, it's called. This is already getting long, so I'm going to do everything for half time. So if you want to do it for the full times, you just double the time that I've done. So coming onto your toes, and as you can see, I've got my thighs now at 90 degrees. Now I want to go as far down that doesn't hurt my knees, but bring some kind of so the knees want to be above your toes really. So for me, that's enough. Okay, and then your hands are going to be straight out in front of you. So they're doing this movement in front of you. So as you breathe in and up, breathing in to come up. So fully up on your toes, fully up with your hands, your arms straight out in front at 90 degrees like this. And then as you exhale, come down, knees above toes. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, and you can go as fast as you feel. You might need your eyes open so that you can actually see your balance. And so continue, and I will just monitor where we're at from here and allow you to continue in that posture for a little bit longer. So breathing in to come up, and breathing out to come down. And your toes, your toes are bouncing on the floor. This is moving blood, circulating oxygen through the body. We're warming up. Can you feel it in your heart? We're engaging the heart. And breathing in to come up. And then just hold there for a moment. And then exhale, come down. Now, the next one is, it could be called an elephant walk, which is one of my yoga teachers called it an elephant walk. And I like that. So, so this one is really part of the seasonal affective depressive state that we can be in. And it's alleviating aspects of depression, light aspects of it through moving oxygen into the brain. Because our head is going to be down, we're energizing our oxygen levels and blood flow through the body, and we're expanding this into the brain, which just helps to filter through and bring ready oxygen to all of our cells, which helps wherever we're at. So that's this particular aspect of this Kriya. So we're going to do this a little while, and you have your hands on the floor, your legs as straight as you can. And you basically just walk around your room like this. So keep walking around and just go anywhere you can. Go on an adventure. So go exploring, go and really feel into your body. Feel how great that feels to have the muscles really stretching at the back here, really stretching, and your hand on the floor. And I went and did this in the garden almost every morning this week. Barefoot, hands on the grass. And I can tell you, it is a primal feeling, and it is a beautiful, grounding, serene, calming effect on the body. It is a profound fact that if you connect regularly, do keep on going, by the way. If you connect regularly, I'm just going to talk as you go. If you connect regularly to the earth, you're receiving the negative ions through your skin and the microbial vitality of the soil as well. And all these things contribute, the microbes of the soil contribute towards our microbiome of the tummy, which supports immunity, and also which helps us absorb vitamin D as well. And also the negative ions cancel out a lot of the positive ions, which lead to a lot of hyperactivity, distraction, overexposure to EMFs. So it's a really great practice. So coming back to your mat in your little elephant position, and come and lie down on your back. So have a cushion available when you need one, or a blanket, and come and lie fully on your back. Just have your head down, your eyes closed. And here in this position, stay there in that position and let go for a moment. Just let your heart rate just descend into a more stable space. And a few breaths of just connecting into your body. Just being with yourself, reminding yourself that you're here in this moment and you're with yourself. And then when you're ready, bring in your knees up to your chest and have a few gentle rolls up and down. This really brings the blood flow, and come up, brings the blood flow through your whole body because you're moving through your spine. So it's like a spinal massage. And come up to your feet and make space on your mat. You'll need a strong non-slip mat for this part. Right, so our left foot is going to go ahead, like so, bending the knee so it's just above the foot. The knee is not going past the toes. And the back leg is at 90 degrees, foot is at 90 degrees, and our leg is straight. And this front leg is bending, and you can see we're going into archer's pose. So, bringing out your left arm to the front, you've got that arrow, and your back arm, I'm sorry you can't see my head, your back arm is pulling the arrow. Perhaps in the future, if I do this more, I can get a better camera. And your thumb is pointing at the front, your other arm is pointing back, and you can see my chest is facing the front. So if I do a deeper bend, you can see. My face is my chest is facing the front. So I'm getting an expansion in my heart, and my right arm is going back, pulling the arrow, and my thumb, I'm looking forwards at my thumb. And feel as you breathe in your own way. Feel the earth beneath your feet stabilizing you. And focus gently but strongly with your intention at your thumb or gaze beyond. And see yourself standing boldly in your personal power. in your personal courage and strength to be adventurous, to be strong, to be wild and free in who you are. If it gets too much, just give yourself a little wiggle. Feel anything which comes up to you. And then bending the knee a little more, getting a little more of a stretch as you exhale. And then inhale as you come up, and just give your arms, your legs a little shake. Just it's quite a strong position, so it's nice to shake after that. Have a little click. It's releasing any energy that's bubbling. And then your right foot forwards. So now you've got your right foot pointing forwards and your left foot at toes, right angle, 90 degree. And then your knee comes above your foot, but not too far. And your other arm is straight. And then you bring out the arrow in front, you've got your target. And then you bring your left arm back, pulling the archer's bow. Your stretch, your breath. Your chest is facing towards the camera, miners, and opening your heart, expanding your heart, and your thumb pushing to the front, and your legs. Can you feel your legs? So holding this position, nourishing yourself with the breath, and then just feeling the strength and the wide angle position of your hips. Feel how your root holds you, actually, and because of your root, your heart can be open. So the stability of the structure and the foundation that you set for yourself holds your heart, your emotional space, and your vision. And just softly gazing. And bend your knee a little more as you exhale for a deeper stretch. And then breathe in. And come up. And then have another little stretch or shake. Yeah. So you can feel the circulation through your body. And then come down, and now you'll need a little cushion under your knees if you have a hard surface. Must protect the knees at all costs. I think now a little bit up would be better. So in this position here with our hands, our feet behind us, sitting up straight, and then we're going to extend our arms up into this shape here, into this V shape. Palms straight into this up V shape. And in this space, close your eyes and begin to pump your tummy. Now this is called staying up like that. I'm just moving so I can see you. This is called breath of fire. Now breath of fire, if you can try, is when you're exhaling, you're focusing on the exhale and your tummy pumps. It's a powerful fire breath which accentuates this fire, furnace, alchemy burning we were talking about earlier. And imagine between your hands that you're holding this intention, the energy of this intention that you have to process and sit with and be with. Whether it was a pain in your body, an emotional circumstance. If you're on your menstrual cycle, just breathe deeply. And if you can't do the fiery breath, then try panting like a dog, like this. That should help get you into the sort of flow of it. And closing your eyes and just feeling the expansion of this energy, holding. And then bring your arms, still in this upright position, bring your arms to 90 degrees to the side and continue the breath. That's great. So just going and allowing now, and your conscious awareness, if your eyes are closed, and as you're doing the breath that suits you, allow yourself to feel the processing of this energy. And perhaps allow yourself to embrace this journey and whatever it looks like to you. And what is it communicating to you now? Just relax any lower parts of your body. Allow yourself to be flowing like a reed in the wind. And then breathe in deeply and hold. And see if you can squeeze again the buttocks, the pelvic floor, and the tummy, called the molar band, all of these. See if you can squeeze them up and through the body, tensing, holding, embracing this part of you, hugging this part of you, sending a signal to release your energy through your whole body to revitalize and nourish. And then exhale and come down. That's really great. And just feeling in now to your shoulders. Just give yourself a nice flowing massage. Give yourself, feel the flowing golden elixir energy of nourishment in your shoulders that you've generated just there. And when you feel ready, we're going to go into 3 little exercises for the aura. Now, the aura is a magnetic field, and it's our quality of who we are and the expansion of this to hold our space, to be sovereign in the energy that we receive and that we give. So with this in mind, we're going to move dynamically. And to do this, if you come into a V, downward V or downward dog, like this, stretching the legs straight and the arms straight, or bending the knees if you need, putting the head beneath your arms. And when you're ready, when you sort of felt it out and you feel like you've had a wiggle or something, then you're going to inhale your left leg up. And then what we're going to do is between 6 to 10 press ups in a way. So the nose comes down as you exhale. And as you inhale, the body comes up, and it's the shoulders and the elbows, the arms and the elbows that are moving. So just go in whatever way you can, and this is strengthening the shoulders, stretching the body, dynamically moving the energy. So do a few more of those. Allow yourself to focus on your intention a little. And when you've done enough for you, expand the other arm up, other leg up, and then do the same amount on this side. Inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you go down. And tune into perhaps your heart is speaking to you. Perhaps your legs are speaking to you. What feels good, what doesn't feel good, and notice where you're reaching a certain boundary. And when you've finished, come again into kneeling. And expand your left arm in front of you and bring your right arm to hold from the back with the thumb underneath the little finger and the fingers over the top under the left thumb. So it looks like this. And this one is a really fun one, which is kind of, I'll explain as we go through actually. So as you breathe in, come up to about 60 degrees and breathe out, come down. And close your eyes. It's quite dynamic. In, out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in as you come up, breathing out as you come down. Keep your back straight and focus on the arms and the shoulders. Closing your eyes and connecting inwards. Keeping going as I continue. And it's like pumping the well. So this is your fiery well, and we're pumping emotions through the body. We're pumping fiery energy through the body, Kundalini. We're pumping and bringing things up to the surface for us to be consciously aware of. So feel this dynamic movement, pumping up and down, and it's this commitment to the self, which is opening up the doors. It's the commitment to the self, which is awakening. An emotional strength. The union here between our emotional reality and our powerful strength. And those two are the same and one and the same. So, as you come up, breathe in and hold, and then squeeze again the buttocks, tummy and anal sphincter, ball band, pelvic floor, squeezing up through to the top. And then just release down. Take a moment to connect with you, and then when you're ready, come into an easy pose. Bring your arms in front of you. Look at this gap between your hands. As you inhale, bring your arms back so they're 90 degrees and they're open. Exhale, your hands come close, but they don't actually clap, they just come close. And then close your eyes and do this movement here, this expansive movement. And as you exhale, open your eyes to look between your hands, but then close them again. Just a quick look and then a closing. This is opening our field, our aura, and allows us to begin to perceive and engage with it. I feel that this is opening the doors to the cloisters of the depths of our soul, to open and breathe in so that we can be one with all of us, all of ourselves, and open our heart to embrace us courageously, even when we're afraid of whatever it is we might find. But having that intention to heartfully be present, welcoming, honouring, celebrating. Just a few more. Quite dynamic breathing. And then breathe in and hold your arms out to the side. Squeezing muller band, buttocks, pelvic floor and tummy, squeezing, releasing this all up to the fount of our body. And as you exhale, bring your arms down upon your knees. And with your eyes connected inwards, just connect with the expansiveness of who you are. The radiance and the wonder of who you are as a soul. Who you are individually. Embracing and honouring, loving yourself, affirming yourself, tending to your inner garden. And just feeling into your body if there are any parts of your body that are asking for attention now and loving comfort. Just bringing these parts into the last few moments of this Kriya together. Just honouring any part of the body, Maybe it is the knee, the leg again, maybe it's your shoulder, maybe it's an emotional state, rubbing your heart then, or fear, rubbing your tummy, or feeling grounded, rubbing your feet. And then we're going to do some breathing through the nose, which is focused from one nostril to the other nostril. So if you bring your fingers, hold them over your left nostril, you'll find you can exhale fully through the right nostril. And then inhale through the right nostril. Cover the right nostril with your thumb, uncover your left, and then you can exhale through your left nostril. And then repeat. So inhaling through your left, and then exhaling through your right. Then inhaling through your right. This is and exhaling through the left. This is really balancing for the two parts of the mind, left and right. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Helps to bring focus between the two dualities that we have. Inhaling right. Exhaling left. And one more time on both sides. Until you finish with an exhale on your left. And then just feeling how this feels in your body. Do you feel a balance? Do you feel a calm centeredness? And bringing whatever it is that you feel from within into this beautiful cross-legged spinal flex that you can see I'm starting to demonstrate. And this spinal flex is a movement where we come with our hands placed upon our ankle and we move forwards. Breathing in, our head is parallel to the ground, and then as we exhale, the spine comes back and we kind of move onto our tailbone a bit more. So moving forwards and then exhaling back, forwards and then back. And then close your eyes. And I'm going to face you. So as we're going through this movement, see if you can connect in with your root. How your root is nourishing to your hips. How your hips is nourishing to your tummy. How your flexible tummy, tender, juicy tummy is nourishing to the heart and chest as we expand out. How your chest is expanding into the shoulders and the neck, tender neck. And as we come up, nourishing the third eye, so we can intuit for ourselves. And then coming up to the crown, so we can receive. This is kind of like riding a horse wildly, just courageously wild, venturing to the plains of the wilderness. Get some movement for the final few seconds of this and feel that you're kind of blowing in the wind. Beautiful element of the wind, the vapors of the earth's breath. Inhale and exhale, that we become one with as we merge. And then when you feel ready to pause and stop, and then just inhaling deeply and then holding your monoband, your buttocks, your pelvic floor and your tummy in, a little squeeze, a little embrace up to the top of the crown of your head. And then releasing
You're opening like a lotus flower. It's as if you're floating now on waters, gentle waters of calmer emotions, or maybe they're not calm. However it is appropriate to you is okay. And we're opening, maybe not, but a part of us is potentially opening. And honouring the part of us that doesn't want to open right now, because that's okay. There's no rights or shoulds. Acceptance is a real key that allows us to evolve with what we are, which is a mystery really, because we are so many things. We're a whole organism of hundreds and trillions of cells. We are literally the cosmos internally as we are within the cosmos. So we are quite amazing. So no wonder there are so many complexities. And when you feel ready, we're going to go into our last posture together. And this is called the Sat Kriya, and this is about our truth. So Sat means name, means truth, and Nam means name. And we chant this to engage with our powerhouse, because it's about flexing that tummy navel again with the fiery breath. Apart from, we say Sat on the inhale as the tummy pops in, and Nam as the tummy expands. Sat Nam, or on our heels is good, or on a cushion, or however is best for you. So we have our arms extended, pointing like an arrow, right, so you could have your fingers like this, pointing like an arrow right to the cosmos, to the stars. And our arms are parallel to our ears. And now make sure you're rooted on your heels. You're not coming up above, but you're feeling grounded and strong and rooted. Your back is straight. Your chest is expanded. Your head is looking ahead, and your eyes are closed. And we just start to chant Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, and go at your own pace. Just have a go. And this is a tender as you go Sat, so continue going in your own way. As you go Sat, it will kind of tense the root muscles a little bit, and you feel like a pulsating. After a while, it takes many a time to understand it. While you'll feel the energy kind of tense and move up through your body, and this is allowing you to engage with what is your truth. And we were talking about truth earlier. What is your personal you truth for you? When you're rooted and when you're in your authentic, wild sovereignty, who are you? And that is what's coming through. And perhaps you've had an engagement or reflection during this time together, and it's bringing this into an embrace of direction. So you're directing it into who you are. So you're declaring with the cosmos, let's be together, let's hold this together as one. And you're kind of setting a prayer intention to continue on this momentum. So a little bit longer. I'll do this with you. Breathing in and Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Tummy popping in as you go Sat and Nam as it exhales. Sat, and the breath just kind of takes care of itself. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. So you don't need to breathe in between. You just so go a little bit longer. Sat Nam, 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 Sat Nam. Keep going, you're doing great. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. And breathing in as you hold. And as you breathe in the breath,
focusing this up on this pyramidal structure, and squeeze Muller band, anal, sphincter, pelvic floor, tummy squeezing in, and you're bringing in the energy up for your intention to your finger points, pointing up to your point of you, your oneness, the knowledge of who you are, knowledge of who I am, squeezing up, and then exhale. And as you bring your arms down, just floating them around the field as they come to touch the earth, solidly rooting in the earth, gifting your earthly rooted founded life the blessing of your ever expansive soul, and trusting this support and comfort for your outfurling and evolving journey. And now we're going to lie down on her, so come back, get yourself a blanket. So you can come under this lovely blanket, and then lie your head back and your arms out, your legs out. Maybe cover your eyes, have a pillow, be warm, put socks on. And feel your hips, your bottom, your root connecting deep into the earth, closing your eyes and starting to drift away a little. As you feel that you're breathing in earth through your body, through the element of earth, through your body. And you can relax and exhale and expand, spiral down into her embrace. And as you're allowing yourself to meet and encounter her, just feeling the consciousness in your feet, in your lower legs and your ankles, feeling any tension, or just feeling these parts of your body, your knees, breathing earth, breathing your connection to her as you go. Breathing into your upper thighs and your hips, your buttocks. And just exhaling if there's any flow and feeling that you would like to breathe in. Just bringing consciousness to release any parts which are holding tension. Just observing any of that unfurling that you appreciate through your mind's eye. Thanking your body. And your waist, feeling your waist, your navel, sending a great burst of love. Just saying you're welcome to let go a little more right now if you so wish. And as you come up to your tummy, doing the same here. Floating up to your heart, all the while feeling through your back body your connection to earth, the opening, the hands that hold, the timeless, eternal hands.
your ancestry, and your home, and to where you return. So your heart feels safe. Just holding and feeling a little. Coming into your shoulders. Just breathing and seeing if you can let go a little more on your shoulders. What would they like to let go of? How would they feel as they let go a little more? Coming to your elbows and your wrists. Just releasing your hands. Just releasing everything to the earth, allowing it to be absorbed and enveloped by the composting of the earth to become one with this process. You know, composting is where black gold is formed in the earth, and Pluto, the planet, is often seen as black gold because you're composting the underworld and forming something, but it doesn't necessarily mean new life, but it means compost. And then that is where you can plant your seed and you make the choice of your new life. So whether that's a new life to something which is dying, an old part of you, project or part of your characteristic, you can let it go into the compost and you completely let it go. No expectation of new life, because that's something else. It comes in a different way. So we're letting it really, all these parts, all these faces, these clothings, these symbols of us, we're letting them fall down to the earth and totally unravel and be held. And then in the back of our head, we're holding the back of our head, and by earth is holding her. So allowing this part of our brain, which can often be about fear, holding on, just allowing this top of our neck to release into the embrace, the comfort of earth. As you float consciousness. And start to bring a little movement into your body. Just really slowly and gently bringing in some movement to your wrists, your feet, your hands.
Doing whatever you need, stretching up to the top with your hands stretched. Doing a twist from side to side on the floor. And then rolling up or coming onto your side and coming up when you're ready, but there's no hurry. You can really just stay there for as long as you want. Thank you for joining me to this practice of holding space for ourselves and each other. Thank you so much for taking part in this. I really appreciate that. And I'd love to hear from you if you would like to share any of your experiences and observations. And yes, do be in touch. I've got my details below. Wishing you a deep, connected and embraced encounter with your soul. Bowing to the inner heart, the inner wisdom, deep respect, deep love, the heart of us all, holding us. Many blessings.